Bam. We're back.
Welcome. Carson, welcome.
Welcome. Oh,
Welcome to our show.
to our show. Thank you for the welcome.
Hey guys, this week on Breakstuff,
On Breakstuff.
we have a special guest, Carson.
Carson, never been a host or anything on this show. I'm so happy to be here. I heard you had some questions for me already for this interview.
Absolutely. What's
so
up
let's hear the first one.
Okay. I know Carson used to work for a certain coffee company out of Seattle
Yes.
with a green logo.
Yes.
What's up with that, dude?
Just start my day, drink about one or two of these probably before I get out for the day,
Because they're sponsoring us, right?
Mm-hmm. Really good company, iced coffee, blonde roast, pound a couple of these,
Jesus.
go out, It's only a little bit. It's just to
Only a little bit.
It's just to get me by.
Oh, yeah. Because the bottle is like small, right?
American
small.
pretty compact,
if it's
not a lot of calories. It's just the the blonde roast.
It's actually 10 calories. That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, 10 calories, not for the whole bottle. Oh, shit. Yeah, it says 4 servings per container.
Yeah, so it's about 40 calories.
That's not bad.
Gets you pretty gassed up. Gets you ready for the day.
Gets you diarrhea.
People are always like, "Oh, I just have a cup of Joe." It's like, no, I got
a bottle.
I got a bottle of Joe.
Joe.
Yeah,
that fits in your pocket.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely fits in my pocket for sure.
I want to see you try it.
Okay, it works. I know it does. I'm just gonna make sure.
Right,
I always
guys.
have to make sure the lid is super secure. I had one moment at work.
Carson is gonna try.
Like it fits. Look, it goes right in there. And,
oh, holy shit!
And then
Carson,
we're good.
I wonder what other holes can that bottle fit.
Well, if you want to try, I've tried it before. It didn't work out very well last time. But then,
oh my god! Oh my god, that's the real.
That's the
real. So we got that out of the way.
So wait, what's your next question for me as your guest on Breakstuff, the show that you created?
That we created.
But
after Berkeley.
I'm just being a first-time guest.
Oh, you're absolute. Guys, I've never seen this guy before.
I don't know your name or where I am.
I don't know,
because
it's like
I woke up and I was like, "What happened?" And then,
all right, listen. The Carson I knew is gone. He
Okay.
didn't have facial hair.
Yeah, he didn't.
He wasn't a pedophile. What?
Not anymore.
No, he's reformed.
Reformed.
I'm like, excuse me, I haven't been on a list since 2005.
2005. I said, all right.
What?
What?
Did you say groups of 5? That's
where you went with it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm always thinking in complex meter.
Yep. That's why I'm a virgin.
Yeah, for sure.
Carson and I are virgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so wait, what's your next interview question for me?
Do you like to listen to bands?
Do I like to listen to bands?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I wouldn't really call myself like a music guy. Like I just like if it's in the background or something, I might enjoy it sometimes.
So for your background music, do you like it if it goes hard?
Does it go hard?
So this week, we curated a list of bands for this week. It's,
Yes.
It's a little bit about nostalgia bands.
Yeah.
From the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Carson was probably alive. Hey, what year were you born? 2001?
I was born in 2000 exactly.
2000? Shit. All right.
Y2K baby.
That explains a lot. That's why your
for sure.
Your brain ain't working.
Yeah, it ain't working. There's the apocalypse. This is all just a fever dream. No, I totally get it.
All right. First one, Papa Roach.
Papa Roach. Papa Roach is one of those bands where their songs, but you can't definitively be like, oh, that's a Papa Roach song. Like you're just like, oh, I know this song.
Oh, generic 2000s rock.
Yeah. So it falls in that camp. I would say they go hard. I don't think the vocals necessarily do it for me, but instrumentally, I feel like it does check off boxes.
So you and I are on the same boat.
Yeah.
I think instrumentally, the band itself without the vocalist, and we're not even just the sound. I'm just talking about the sound of the band. I think it goes hard. It's heavy. But vocal wise, song structure wise, it feels like it's pop to me.
Yeah.
So, which was the whole point of that?
That era
of
was trying
music.
to make, rock music what the mainstream was.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, like, I really liked one of the songs. I forget the title. I know it's Papa Roach.
look it up. Look it up.
Okay. It's from this was from the PS1 days.
The PS1 days.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. They had a song in there. I forgot the name, but I really liked that at that time.
Oh yeah.
That's the song that opened me up to Papa Roach.
What is it? Not to divert like too crazy off, but like Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Like if we want to talk about Tony Hawk games, American Wasteland is actually what gave me a lot of like the punk vocabulary that I started out with.
It's funny because American Wasteland I think came after Underground.
Yeah.
Thug 2.
Thug 2.
Tony Hawk's Underground.
That's
Thug.
right. I forgot that. Yeah.
So I had an Xbox back in the day.
Yeah.
Me and my siblings would just kill Thug 2 all day. Like 2006, that whole summer, we just played that game. Like,
wait, if that was
day.
2006, American Wasteland was 2005, I think.
Oh shit. Well, maybe I just didn't play American Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I was just late.
I know it's not one of the more like popular ones, but like that was the one. Like
This is your Tony Hawk game.
This is my Tony Hawk game because my cousin Mitch, like I remember randomly he was like, "Oh, I have like an original Xbox, like the OG one."
Yeah, I had that too.
And he was like, "I don't touch it. Do you want it?" So he gave it to me plus all the games, and so
you had it.
So I just had it amongst a bunch of other like Star Wars games and stuff that was super cool. So yeah, no, that was just my game, but I know there was more popular ones that other people related to.
Most people would say, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 was the thing that started it all, but I never played that. I started with Pro Skater 2 because that's what my cousins brought to my house. Because there was a time where he had a Super Nintendo. This was like way before you were born, buddy.
Yeah,
he had a Super Nintendo. I had a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And one day he had the bright idea of like, hey man, let's exchange.
Yeah, like let's swap games.
So we swapped like consoles. So I got his Super Nintendo for a week. He got my PlayStation for a week. And I was stupid because I think he bought his Super Nintendo from here. But I was still in the Philippines at that time. So you know how there's a voltage difference between the countries? Here it's like 110 volts.
Mm-hmm.
In the Philippines it's 220 volts.
Oh, yeah.
So I my dumbass plugged his Super Nintendo directly into an outlet. It was working fine.
Yeah, until it exploded.
And it exploded.
Yeah.
So my cousin was like, "You fucked my console. I get to keep your console." Ha 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 ha. And then my parents were like, "Yeah, you're a dumbass.
For not understanding voltage. How old are you?
10?
10? I'm sorry.
11?
As a parent, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you don't know electrical measurements."
No, but
Andy.
there's more to the story.
Okay.
So my parents like, "You're a dumbass.
Okay.
You deserve to lose your console."
I mean, we already know that, Andy, but like...
I haven't changed.
Yeah, you haven't changed.
Like 20 plus years later.
Yeah, it's still the same story.
It's the same guy.
Same guy, for sure.
It's a wonder how I'm still alive.
Yes, of course.
So, exploded. Parents gave me shit.
Yes.
Right? And they were like, yeah, you're a dumbass. You deserve to lose your console, but hey, let's take this fucking Super Nintendo to the repair shop. And my dad kind of helped me get it repaired. And we got it back up and
it was
running.
able to be salvaged.
Yeah. It was just the power supply turns.
Yeah, it probably
not
just
the console. So we got a new one.
Yeah.
That was it. And then, okay, so we got it back working. I was able to get my PlayStation back.
Yeah.
But my cousin bought games for it. So he just gave it to me anyways.
Oh, nice.
He gave it back with all the new games.
All the new stuff.
One of those was Pro Skater 2.
It was Pro Skater.
And he showed me how to play. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah, that's my Tony Hawk story.
That's your Tony Hawk story.
And that's where I discovered Papa Roach.
Yeah, no, I spent hours upon hours playing that game. But it was like, I think what also was the appeal of it was just like all my video game experience, like especially when I played like in junior high, like elementary school too, but like start of high school, because like second half of high school, that's when I started fading out of video games. But my whole experience was more like, oh, I want something stimulating to look at while I listen to music. So like even when I'm playing Battlefield, I'm like queuing up playlists while I'm blowing up helicopters. And so I think that was what was cool about the Tony Hawk games too, is it's like I didn't have to really like build a playlist. It was like, oh,
It's already there.
this is already a really sick like punk playlist that I can just like ride around basically Los Angeles.
Dude, that's what I felt about this one game, Sleeping Dogs. Do you know that game?
I've heard of it.
Dude, soundtrack. They had like a deal with Roadrunner Records.
Oh yeah.
And there was a radio
Slipknot.
station just for Roadrunner. Dude, they were playing Opeth. And I'm like, fuck it. Whoa, the Grand Conjuration.
Yeah, and you're
I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy that's in there.
Okay, so you had an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So do you know how in certain games, because you could copy music from CDs into your Xbox. Did you know that?
You could copy music into the Xbox? Yeah.
From CDs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we did that, my brothers and I. A lot of games, you could use your music as the playlist.
Oh, cool.
So that's what we did for Thug 2, Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Yeah, you just started adding a bunch of your own stuff.
Dude, we didn't even listen to the in-game music. It was just all our stuff. We were listening to like Alter Bridge, Green Day at that time, the American Idiot album.
That's splattered all over the
Yeah.
American
A
wasteland.
lot of Dream Theater, a lot of Steve Vai and John Petrucci stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I do have a funny story. Speaking of Steve Vai, I was talking with my buddy Kian. He is also from the Netherlands, closer friends with Danny.
Gotcha, yeah.
But he's in our band.
Yeah, Ratbags.
Yeah, Ratbags. Different band name coming soon.
Listen to Ratbags,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, thank you. And so Kian is our guitarist, and he was talking. I was on the phone with him the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm going to my uncle's wedding," and I was like, "Oh, cool, man!" Like, and he's like, "Yeah," and he asked me to like play guitar with like the band, but he's like, "It's kind of over," like, cause like when he said that, I was like, "Oh, maybe like he'll just come up for a song and it'll be a nice little
just a
thing."
nice.
And he's like, "No, he wants me to do the entire wedding band set," and I was like, "Ooh," and then he's like, "Yeah, it's like
it's a lot of prep."
And he's like, it's a lot of prep, and like some of the songs are crazy. I'm like, crazy like what? Like, I don't know, Uptown Funk. And he's like, dude, there's Steve Vai's in there. I was like, is this Andy's wedding? like are you playing for Andy's wedding?
Yeah,
like,
well, stop laughing.
You know it's gonna happen.
Because you're gonna go.
I know. I'm not complaining. I know.
Guess who's gonna be the drummer? Start learning all these Dream Theater shit, bro.
No one is dancing to Dream Theater at your wedding, bro.
Is it their event or is it our event?
It is your event. I
don't think Roxanne will let me.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think your wife now
she won't let me.
Yeah, she's not gonna. It's not gonna happen.
Even my parents are gonna be like,
I know exactly the way she'll deliver. She's like, no, we're not doing that.
Stop,
like,
stop. I think she's gonna talk to you.
Yeah,
she's gonna pull you aside, like, don't let him do this.
Yeah, all right? I know. That's gonna be half of the wedding.
Also, Nimrod is gonna be in the band.
Okay, oh, great.
So Nimrod and I together, that's not good for you.
It's not good.
You think T-Rock shit is bad? Bro.
Oh no. Yeah, I'll have to control it. I'll have to be like, we have to play some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Honestly,
and Nimrod's like, can I do a diminished 7th, 4th sus diminished chord
in the key of K?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure. You know, Karina's gonna pull him aside too. Like, yo. Fucking behave. Yeah. This is not the time for your Dream Theater shit. But we're gonna negotiate. We're probably gonna be like, just one.
Honestly, just one would be fitting.
Yeah, it's Octavarium.
Yeah, 24 minutes. Yeah, that's got to be the last song of the night when everyone is just like, what's going on?
When it's like there's 3 people left.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys.
I know you're not gonna enjoy this, but you're still
here's our
here.
last song, 24 minutes. It's called Octavarium. Anyway, keyboard player, let it go.
You just hear the synth line.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this is the song that our wives warned you about.
Yeah.
You never thought it was gonna go. We're here.
We're here
right now. We're doing all of it tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Next band.
next band. Yeah, no, that was a really long segue.
Oh, this is another band that I got introduced to through a video game.
Okay.
Breaking Benjamin.
I will say they were very big to me at one moment in time, and I will say they just go hard. I think like they do fit in that like blanket 2000s generic rock, but I think they have some cool stuff.
So I guess the same again.
Yeah.
Instrumentally, it's heavy,
Hmm.
but again, song structure, vocal, production, it feels like pop
It does feel a bit more poppy.
because it's from the 2000s. It's the whole shebang. It's the whole shtick.
Well, I remember when I was going down the Tool rabbit hole, because back when I got into Tool, I was about 13, 14, so that's 2013, 2014. So they still weren't on streaming. So like, of course I was like looking to go buy CDs and then
Yeah.
like just put it on my iTunes, get it to my iPod or whatever, or my phone. But like I was also looking for like similar sources to Tool, and like Breaking Benjamin was always one that was like similar. I think it's just mainly like the vocal stylings. Um, but yeah, no, I think like that goes with like whether you think the pop rock kind of music at all just goes hard, I think is the bigger question, because yeah, like vocally they're all gonna kind of stay the same, like in the sense of like, oh yeah, Papa Roach, like
Yeah, most of them.
most of them
follow
kind
the
of stay in the
formula.
same
Yeah.
lane. Like I even think sometimes like Puddle of Mud too kind of falls into that.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely, dude.
you know, I think like his vocals go a bit more intense though sometimes, like
Because of the grit.
the grit. There's definitely
Yeah.
some grit there, even though we don't want him covering any more songs.
It's because of all the drugs. Yeah, well, it's actually
Yeah, definitely.
Wes from Puddle. Oh
Yeah.
man, he's a
What
wreck.
was the song that he covered that was so atrocious? I forget what it
man.
was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I forget.
Well,
forget.
I look it
forgot.
up. I want to figure this out right now because I'm like it's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'll continue your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. So I first came across Breaking Benjamin from this. I forgot which console I was playing it on, PS2 or X.
Oh yeah. Sorry, this is about a girl.
Oh yeah. Well, that sucked.
Like that's literally how it sounded the whole.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was this game, SmackDown versus Raw.
Okay.
Do you know this?
No.
WWE. You know.
Oh yeah, I never played any of those games. I don't know.
I did. I started from WWF Warzone in the 90s for PS1.
Okay.
No, but okay. SmackDown versus Raw, really fun game. You can beat up the fucking referee. Oh man, it was
Metal.
fun. Breaking Benjamin had a song in there. I remember it well. It was called Firefly. Super melodic, hooky anthem kind of chorus.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Man, I loved it. Still kind of felt like pop, but I loved it.
Yeah, well, I think there's like always like, you know, I always bring it back to Dream Theater, like that's the only thing you listen to, which I know is inaccurate, but like, you know, I feel like there's moments in Dream Theater where it is kind of encapsulating this concept that we're talking about, which is like, oh, super heavy stuff, but like melodically is.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it still can hit hard, you know, but I think at the same time too, it's a
There's a certain sonic aesthetic that it seems pop.
yeah.
I can't explain it, man.
Yeah.
But it feels. You guys know it's gonna feel like.
Yeah,
pop.
I mean, there's always going to be a different tone with different bands, and like especially generally like which decade they're present in and what they're trying to get after, you know?
Yeah. Okay, third band, last band for this week,
Yeah.
Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge. I think like yeah, just kind of like I think they reminded me like when I was listening, because like again another band where I was like, oh, this is that band, you know, like where I just kind of casually hear songs and I'm like, oh, that's a cool song, and like I know that's a popular song, especially during that time. And when I played it, I was like, oh, these riffs are super cool. They reminded me a lot of Filter. Which I love, like Filter production and guitar arrangement. I think they're like kind of, for me, maybe minus the drums, but like the guitar production I've always really admired. It seems really big, really fast, you know, really exciting. And so Alter Bridge reminded me of them in terms of like the arrangement and kind of production around it. So I thought that was super cool. Thought that went super hard. Vocally, like I feel like we're kind of in the same camp. No.
Oh, okay.
Like I feel like they kind of like they do kind of cross the bridge and go a bit heavier, but I don't know. Correct me.
No, I mean that's your opinion. I have a
Yeah.
slightly different one. I think they go hard. Song structure, it's definitely pop, mainstream song
yeah.
structure, instrumentally, vocally. That's the difference for me.
Yeah.
I think it's heavy.
Yeah,
it
for
goes
sure.
hard. Miles Kennedy, one of the best vocalists out there right now. Dude, he almost sounds like he's a vocalist for a power metal band. He goes up there, man. Especially this one song where he went like super high live. What was this? Wings blacker than. I need to Google this.
Google it. I literally looked up Puddle of Mud, terrible cover, and then that's how I got to there. Yeah, I think when I was like starting to remember,
It's called Words Darker Than Their Wings. I'm just gonna show you a little part here.
okay.
That was it.
That's pretty sick though. Yeah, it reminds me of like it's very operatic, but still kind of has the 80s, like 70s, 80s, 90s kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but like that yell is very distinctive. Like, you know, like I feel like those rock bands of that period. What is oh my gosh, why am I blanking?
Judas Priest.
No, I mean yes.
Which band are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. This is gonna kill me.
Google it.
Google it.
So Carson's lost. What? From which era? 70s, 80s, 90s, 80s. Oh, that's a lot, man. Oh, Def Leppard. You put Rock of Ages.
Yeah, kind of, because it reminded me. My dad loves the Rock of Ages movie and like the soundtrack.
As with any other dad.
So yeah,
except my dad.
Yeah, my dad will just listen to the soundtrack.
No, my dad's more of a yacht rock kind of guy.
Oh, I think my dad is all in that sphere. So he's yacht rock, all that stuff. But yeah, like bands kind of like that, definitely like the like thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I feel like it's very stylistic. Sorry viewers, that was a weird brain jumble. But the point I'm trying to get at is it was a very stylistic vocal delivery. It does kind of remind me of Dream Theater kind of esque vocals as well.
If James
could hit that
in the 90s, he could.
That's my thing. Is like that's what's frustrating. Is truthfully like you can watch the progression. Like I think like 90s to mid 2000s, phenomenal. Like he did.
Mid 2000s. That's when it started going down, man.
That's when it started going down. But like he still was able to deliver the whole Octavarium album.
That's true. If you watch the score DVD, it was pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
still, 90s still better.
Oh, for sure.
But the 2000s is like when it started tapering off. It's like, and then now you just can't even sing in tune anymore.
Yeah.
And which sucks, man.
It does for sure. Well, I think that always begs the question too. Is like when is the best time to leave a band that is successful? Like because like there's so many like I was talking. I don't know if I was talking to you about the band. They just came out with a documentary about them and like the vocalist. Why am I blanking on everything, Andy? I need more of this.
He needs more bottle in a hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's another hole that it fits.
Yeah. Shot through the heart and you're too late. What's that band?
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm dumb today, dude. I don't know.
What's up with you today? It's
also the earliest we've done this podcast.
Yeah, it is pretty early, guys.
Okay, Bon Jovi, they were doing a documentary and like they were basically like following with him like on the most recent tour and him trying to salvage his voice. And it is like it's hard to watch because it's just
okay. So in addition to that, last thing I'm gonna add before we go to the next segment is did you hear about the Aerosmith news?
Yeah. They're done.
See, it's like, when do you draw the line?
My thing is like I don't think you should ever get to the point where it's like you're struggling through a tour.
Ooh, yeah, that's James, dude.
That's what I'm saying is like it shouldn't be like, oh, let's see if tonight's good. Like, of course,
And he never is.
And like any performer can get ready, and like you're gonna have terrible nights. You're gonna have nights where you're like, wow, I really didn't perform well.
Which is fine. That's
Totally fine. Like that's like
normal.
part of the game. We're human
Everybody
beings.
gets that.
But when you're consistently like, I don't know if it's gonna be good, and then
I'm not hitting notes.
9 out of 10 times it's not happening.
Maybe it's time to, call it quits.
Let people cherish your memory. Like the.
Well, you're
work
not gonna
that
die.
You're not gonna die, but like you know what I mean. Like I'm not saying like, oh, just die, but I'm saying
Why don't you just bow out gracefully?
Because that's gonna be a lot more respected, and people are gonna cherish your music more than if the last time they saw you.
Also, the way they talk about you.
You wasted their money because
you couldn't do it anymore.
You can't do it. Like freaking Guns N' Roses. Like
yeah, that's another story.
Brutal.
But next week I'll tell you. Let's go to memes.
Let's go to memes.
It's time for Andy's Grass Corner.
Grass Corner. I'm gonna check something with the mic while you cue that up real quick.
Yeah, let's cue it up.
Okay. Well.
Okay, I'm gonna show you mine first.
All right. Full. Make sure it's on full volume.
All right.
Sorry, I was hearing double of my voice. I was going crazy this whole time. Maybe that's why I'm so stupid today. All right. Click it.
Cameraman fail as he tries to play Cupid at Paul Smith concert.
It says I'm single.
Oh man, she's not into this.
No.
I think he thinks it's funny that
No.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh no. Okay, I love the angle where everyone's just going, no. Because at first it was like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. And now it's just like everyone's like, nah.
It's just flat out, right? She's like, I'm not looking up. I'm not looking up. It's Billy Corgan.
What game is this ad? There's probably children. Like, what?
Cameraman fail as he tries to play Cupid at Paul Smith concert.
Oh, as a concert, but still, there's some kids. Like,
I think it's in Scotland, man.
oh, okay. Well,
That's a different culture right there.
Different vibe.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
totally down with it. That's awesome.
I am too. Where's yours?
Where was what?
Where's your meme?
Oh, my meme. Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
it was a pretty long one, but that was funny, dude.
With the gun, I'll take a single bullet and sodomize everyone! Death by raven is a tough way to die. Now I'm molesting you all as I frame the mind.
Yikes!
Shout out to T-Rock for sending us that one.
Thank you, Anthony Roccazella. If there are any...
It actually was like, the thing that's frustrating is I was like, it's kind of good. Like, we're vibing out. And then, he's then, talking about what he's actually going to do, and
I'm
I
like,
think
whoa,
that's
what
I think that's a
the
bit
fuck?
less cool. I think
What the fuck? I was like, wow, that took a turn.
yeah. I mean, like there's I think there's some people that like there's a thing of like shock factor, and then there's
like a you may get arrested for this.
I think this is a confessional. I think he
Yeah. Is he still alive or?
I want to
free?
think. Picture two scenarios with me though. There's either he was in a room, okay?
Okay.
He's in a room and he has a notebook and he is writing these lyrics down, okay?
Okay.
And he looks at the lyrics and he goes,
That's catchy.
This is pretty good." And then he shows it to his bandmates and he's like, "Hey guys, I wrote this down. What do you think?"
And they're like,
And
hell yeah, bro.
All of them are like, "Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good." And so then he goes into the booth to record, and the engineer's like, "All right, you ready?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm armed." And he goes and he clicks it, and then he delivers it, and the engineer goes, "That was pretty cool, dude." And then it goes to a mixing engineer, and the guy gets it, and he's like,
That was pretty good.
"That was pretty good, dude. Like, wow." And then it gets so mad. And so it just goes through all of these steps to get to this point. The guy filming this and having to caption it had to be like, I guess this is
Everybody okayed it.
everyone okayed it. There's so many people that okayed it. Or there's the second scenario. There's a second scenario. Is he just went in and he's like, "I'm just going to go off of what's off the top of the dome."
Listen, I'm no psychologist, psychiatrist,
Yeah.
but I think that's a red flag.
No, I think either scenario
flag.
is a red flag. But I'm trying to see which one is funnier because it's just like, he's like, "I don't know, my band made
No, but
this
like
sick."
you're saying off the top of his head, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
Damn.
it's like, "Oh, my band made this really sick, like, the song. Like, let's see what we could do." And then he just goes in and he's like, "This is what I've been thinking about today." Just goes,
just guns it.
guns it, man.
Oh.
But he doesn't use the gun. He uses the
Well,
bullet
he
to
used- Partially use
uses the gun,
but not in an intended kind of way. Anyway, that's it for this week of Breakstuff.
Breakstuff.
You guys were not molesters. What? Breakstuff.
Breakstuff.